Today we're drinking hot apple cider, but I put just a little bit of Fireball whiskey in it, so it has like that nice warm cinnamony-ness, that's the word, to it. Ooh, it tastes like autumn in a glass. It's so good. Though I wish I had a spooky mug because this isn't really on brand for me. Hi guys, my name is Lacey of Spooky and Fat Hips, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I don't know what this little finger movement was when I just did my intro. Feeling that Fireball in my throat. Today, if you couldn't tell because I'm half finished, we're going to be doing a chit-chat Get Ready With Me. Also, if you couldn't tell because you read the title before you clicked on this video, obviously. I haven't filmed a video in a hot second, and I feel like that's my life story on this channel, to which I apologize. But I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about where I've been. And I'm going to be doing my makeup in the process, so hopefully you're doing your makeup while you watch this video, because if not, this might be a little boring. I don't know. I like to watch Get Ready With Me's when I'm doing my makeup. I have a whole bunch of like new, beautiful, darker, more spoopy, more gothy eyeshadow palettes that I want to play with, because I think I'm going to be reviewing these tonight as well. I have no idea what order I'm going to be posting the videos I'm filming tonight. I think I actually want to do this one first. But yeah, we're just going to play with makeup and I'm going to chat with you guys about my life, because I have a lot of things that have been going on, and the best thing for me to do would probably be to talk about it while putting makeup on my face. Do you think it'd be stupid if wearing a green shirt I did like these purples? I don't know. We'll just see how my eye look turns out. I've also already done my base, my foundation, my concealer, and my brows, because if I didn't do at least some steps of my makeup routine off camera, this video would be 9,000 years long, and I have a feeling it's already probably way longer than I would like it to be, because we all know how much I can go on and just talk forever. Yeah, I think I want to play with some colors in the Certified Destiny palette. This palette, spoiler alert for my review, because I think that I'm posting this video first in my mind. This palette has been so like perfect this fall season. I've been pairing this with like every other palette I've gotten recently, because these colors just complement like dark color, like obviously these are like deeper, darker tones, but they complement other dark tone palettes really well in my collection. I just really love this palette. Alright, well, let's talk about my life, because I feel like we got some catching up to do. First I gotta bake my under eyes though, or else I'm gonna have fallout all over my eyes. I cannot get into doing my eye makeup first before my base makeup. I just can't. It feels weird, it feels unnatural. I gotta do my eyes first. Or my eyes second, rather. Bake the under eyes. I think, because a lot of people hate baking because it dries out the under eyes. I don't go up to my actual lower lid. I kind of just keep it on my cheeks, which helps twofold for me. One, it helps fall out when I'm doing my eyeshadow, but two, a lot of you guys ask me how I get my makeup to last underneath my glasses. It definitely helps where my glasses touch. That was, my words are weird. It definitely helps where my glasses touch my cheeks to keep the foundation from rubbing off, which I don't really have to worry about because I'm pretty much just doing makeup for YouTube right now. I'm not going anywhere. It's like 9 o'clock at night and I just finished watching something on Netflix that I also want to talk about. But just in my everyday life, it helps me keep my glasses from not taking my makeup off if I bake. I hope that I'm not blocking my face too much with the mirror, but like I've said in past Get Ready With Me's, I need my mirror fairly close for me to be able to see how I do my makeup. Also, something I should say is I'm not going to be talking about what makeup I'm doing as I'm doing it. I'm just going to do my makeup and talk to you guys, because like I said, we have some catching up to do. I lied. I think I want to go into the Hasina 2 palette before I go into the Certified palette. So basically where we last left off, me and you guys, like in terms of like my life, I had been talking to you guys about my struggle to get working basically after graduating college. I graduated in May with my second degree, which is complicated, and I had to find a job because you can only defer your student loans for so long, and that payment's gonna hit me any day now. And I had been working a job that I had worked for years, but my job was only seasonal given like the type of job it was, and I needed to find a full-time job. And I think the last update I was telling you guys how I got hired for a job and I was under the impression it would be full-time and I didn't think it was gonna be, and I was worried I was gonna have to start my job search again. It was just all a mess. Things are, knock on wood, things are actually working out with that job. So for a second I wasn't getting full-time hours when I was still brand spanking new. But now that I've been there a little bit, now that I know the job and I have proven that I'm good at the job, I am getting full-time hours, which is great. I'm going to be working 5 days a week and with set days off, the same set days off every single week, so I'm always going to know when my days off are. I'm going to be on a set schedule again. And I'm so thankful because I wasn't on a set schedule for a hot second and I don't function well not on a set schedule. So I know what my days off are going to be, and that allows me to plan the rest of my life accordingly, including doing YouTube, which is something that I've been struggling to balance with work because I also feel like I'm working more now than I ever have in my life. But with working more, I'm also more financially stable than I've been in my whole life, and it's weird. I'm earning more money than I ever have in my life, which has been an interesting adjustment. And I know you guys are probably like, that's a great thing, but it's like I'm learning how to be responsible with it. And I'm actually planning on filming a haul video, so you guys are probably gonna be like, are you sure, Lacey? But it's true. And with earning more money and getting more experience, being able to pay off my bills a little bit, my boyfriend and I have been throwing the idea around of like moving, and it's just been interesting. Like I said, though, the good thing is that I will now be able to make a YouTube schedule that works for me so I can get back on track, because I haven't even sat down to film a video in like 3 weeks, maybe almost a month. And I feel it, and I know that you guys feel it because I've been getting messages from you guys on Instagram. They're like, oh my god, I missed your videos, I hope everything's going well, which I appreciate so much. I appreciate that you guys recognize that I'm not trying to be neglectful of my YouTube channel. I just really for a second was a little freaked with my situation and not really used to the work schedule that I had, and it's all been an adjustment. Plus, on top of that, my sister just had a baby, and my nephew, and he is the first grandchild. He is the first of any of my siblings to have a kid. My sister's the first of any of us to have a child, and it's been really a lot for my family, but in the best way. Like, it's been great, and I had traveled to go visit because they live about 2 hours away from me. And it's just been really, really nice. And I'm really excited to have a baby in my life. One that I can spoil. And I want to track down a pumpkin costume for him for Halloween. That part's exciting. So it's been a mixture of like getting used to my work schedule, being like getting back on a routine, getting back on a sleep schedule, getting back on like eating okay and sleeping okay, and like balancing the rest of my life out. And my family, and now like, and I finally feel that I'm on track. It's the point of the story, and I feel okay, and I feel safe for a minute, and it's been interesting. And also, like, I really thought that I would miss not being in school, and plot twist, I don't. The whole reason that I wanted to get a second degree, besides not feeling like I did the right thing getting my first degree, which is a different story, I didn't feel ready to leave school. I didn't feel like I had gotten everything out of it that I could have. And now I definitely don't feel that way. I actually am still on email lists for a couple of the clubs that I was involved with school. And there was one club that sent out an email for like a movie night, and they were going to do a discussion afterwards. I remember like thinking when I read the email, gosh, I'm so glad I don't have to do any of that shit anymore, because I feel too old for it now. And I didn't once upon a time. I like used to love that stuff. I used to love doing extracurricular stuff, being involved with organizations, doing tabling, going to events, having discussions. Like, I used to love that stuff. And now I'm just so thankful I don't have to do it anymore. I have no idea what I'm doing with this eye look, by the way. I'm just kind of throwing purples in my crease. I think I want to do black on the lid and then put like a shimmery color over the black. That sounds good. But yeah, I don't miss it. I really like where my life is now. Like maturity wise, friendship wise, boyfriend wise. I just feel grown up for the first time in my life. This eye is coming out a little skippy, but I think it's my eye just does that. Like it's not, I can't really blame the shadow. It's my eye shape. Always skips on this eye for some reason, because this eye looks perfectly fine. Speaking of skippy eyeshadow, oh lord. I've also definitely been away from YouTube, not only because my schedule just has made me like completely exhausted and not have time or not wanna like put this whole setup together and sit down in silence in a room and film. Like I've pretty much just been like working, coming home and spending time with my boyfriend, going to bed. But all of the YouTube drama lately has gotten so ridiculous. Not even YouTube drama, but like beauty guru drama. Ugh, like I had all these plans for all these videos, all these reviews I wanted to do, and all these like bigger picture commentary videos that I wanted to do. And now I don't know if I want to do any of that. And I definitely started my channel like delving into those topics and talking about drama, because a lot of it isn't drama. It's very serious topics that have bigger issue implications. And there is a part of me that still definitely wants to talk about it, but there's another part of me that now that I have a bigger audience, I don't want to deal with arguing with people or like drawing negative attention to myself. And there's part of me that just wants to like shut up, it's just makeup. Like I just want to talk to you guys about things I physically like. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, because this is not a plug for my Instagram, but if you ever want to know what I'm doing when I'm not posting on YouTube, I remain fairly active on my Instagram, and I have been talking about the stuff on my Instagram. And I always respond to my messages on Instagram, and a lot of you guys have been messaging me and being like, oh yeah, I'm completely over YouTube, I'm completely over the beauty community, it's making me not like makeup anymore, etc. Which sucks, because I care so deeply about like makeup and the beauty community, and I care so much about like the positive aspects of it, of like feeling good about yourself, having confidence in where your money's going, feeling like you're part of a community, and it sucks that like other bullshit gets in the way of that. It's definitely disappointing though that my life chose October to get really ridiculous, because obviously October is my month and I had planned on doing so much more this month. There goes my setting spray. I had planned on doing so much more this month with my channel and my Patreon, where I wanted to post like exclusively spooky, weird horror content, and I just haven't gotten to do any of that. And I don't know if it's like too late to do it. I don't know. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's just me being paranoid. Like I'm sure if I posted some weird stuff tomorrow, everyone would be okay with it. I don't know. I haven't really felt in a Halloween mood, to be honest, which is sad. But because I've been working so much, and I'm not complaining, because it's the first time in my life that I feel okay working, which is not usual for me. And I don't know if it's because I'm at a different place in my life, or the job that I'm in is in a different environment, which I should clarify, because a lot of people were like, oh, congrats on finding a job and using your degree. I am not doing anything remotely related to my degree. I have to be perfectly honest with you guys. I just found a job that I thought I would like, that I would be qualified to do, and that has been working out for me. And it's the first time in my life that has ever worked out for me. Normally, I hate my job. I'm stressed out to go to work. I dread going. It's hard for me to get up in the morning, and I haven't felt that with this job. And I'm almost like, I always joke with my boyfriend and also with my coworker that I've become friends with. I always joke that I'm waiting for the hammer to drop, because I'm so used to just being miserable at work. And I think that was also a huge factor of choosing to stay in school for as long as I did, because I wasn't ready to just only work. And I know a few people in my life, my boyfriend included, who have been very miserable the second they've had to transition from school to working all the time. And that hasn't been the case for me, and it's weird. This doesn't look like it's going to make any sense, but believe me, I have the vision in my head of what this eye looks going to be. I'm basically just carving my lid out with black shadow, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because then we're going to cover that in glitter. But yeah, the big focus of my life now is really just like getting used to working, getting back on track with the schedule. Because in the summer when I was working full time but with a different job, I knew which days I could come home and film and when my uploads were going to be. I'm finally now going to have that back, which I'm so thankful for. So yeah, working, having more money, paying off more things, hopefully moving. That's really my goal with everything I'm doing now. Also having more money for YouTube because like I know there has been high demand for me to get a P.O. box and I don't have one yet because it costs money, not a lot of money, but it does cost money to get a P.O. box. So I haven't done it yet. Oh yeah, that's what I want. It's very like Ursula sea witchy. I dig it. What's been good about my job though, to just like one last thing on the subject before I move on. It's been nice to, so like I work in a spa. I haven't really said what I've been doing, just like for privacy reasons I guess, but like the gist of it is I work at the front desk of a spa. And there's definitely like a level of professionalism I have to maintain because I'm representing the company that I work for by being at the front desk, blah, blah, blah. But so I have to wear all black. But my makeup is pretty lenient. Like, I'm allowed to be pretty lenient with my makeup at work, and that's been really nice. Because I went into it so reserved and so not myself. And then the second I realized that I could be a little more ridiculous, not like full green lip ridiculous, but like more myself, I've definitely been taking advantage of that. It's been so helpful because there was a block of time where there's palettes that I wanted to review for you guys, but I just like couldn't test them out because I was going to work every day and wearing very reserved makeup. And now I'm able to test the palettes out that I want to test and like have the freedom, and like it's been nice. And it's really opened my eyes, like I said, to like how okay I am with my situation. I really thought that it would mess me up to not be in school for too long, but I feel perfectly okay, which is so shocking. I know I said all this before, but I really can't emphasize how much I was afraid to not be in school. And it's making me question where I stand with grad school, and I had taken a gap year for that reason because I didn't know where I stood with grad school, and I still don't. Like, I still, if you ask me tomorrow if I want to go to grad school or not, I wouldn't know how to answer you. There's a part of me that's very content just where I am right now, just working, just finally having a life with my boyfriend, finally being a little bit more responsible. And there's another part of me that knows that that probably isn't going to last too long. And then I'm going to wake up one day and be like, I need to go back to school. Because I also don't want to waste the like 7 years that I spent getting my undergraduate degrees. I don't want to not be in my field. I just kind of basically have come to the conclusion that if I don't end up in that field, I will be okay. Is it my goal to be, you know, in physical anthropology specifically? Is it my goal to have a higher education? Absolutely. But I would be okay not, which is something I never thought I would say. And I think that my boyfriend's coming to the same realization with his degree and his goals. And it's just weird. Like, I feel like we became grown-ups all of a sudden. But other than that, how have you guys been? I feel like I haven't enjoyed the holidays so far this month, and I'm finally starting to be able to. And by holidays, I of course mean Halloween. I of course posted a Halloween haul like right before, or right in the midst I should say, of all of my life chaos. Another reason we've been considering moving is that I need to get away from other people. As my neighbor throws shit away at a trash can that's right by my door, I have no fucking privacy. We've been looking at 2-bedroom apartments specifically so I could have a room to do YouTube in. That's another huge factor in YouTube, is that I have to move my whole setup. I have to wait for a time of day where everyone in my house is cooperative. And it's so frustrating sometimes because sometimes I'm really in the mood to film and just my surroundings almost like don't allow it. It would be really nice to just have a YouTube space, never have to put it up or take it down, and just when I'm in the mood to film, I can go, I can sit down, I can hit a light, and I can film. That to me is like a dream at this point. Like, I have the smallest table in front of me, all my shit's falling off of it. Like, this is why sometimes it's hard for me to film. That, and a lot of times I like work a full day and maybe I want to film when I get home, but I would have to take off my makeup and put on new makeup, and it's just like so exhausting by the time that could even happen that it's like not worth it, and I go to bed. Oh. And there's definitely like, doing YouTube seems so easy. It seems so easy to just like turn on a camera and put makeup on. Like what's so hard in that? It's just the physical time part of it that's a little hard to deal with sometimes when you already don't have enough time. A lot of Fireball in that sip. But yeah, spooky, Halloween, my brand. But that always makes me think of that Contact website commercial when she's like, look with your special eyes, my brand. Like, that cracks me up. But I love that you guys have been tagging me in spooky shit and like thinking of me and being like, oh my god, spooky, that means Lacey. Like I said, I definitely thought that I would have done more spooky things this month. But it just so happened that life had other plans for me, which is how it goes sometimes. But I've been slowly doing more spooky things, like I said. I do have to work Halloween, which is such a bummer because I haven't worked a Halloween in years. Partially because of like work schedule, and also I've always requested Halloween off like months before it was even time for Halloween, just so I would have that availability. So I don't have Halloween off this year, which sucks. But I am going to my friend's housewarming party the weekend before Halloween, and that is a Halloween party. So that'll be nice. I've mentioned this in the Half Cousins podcast, but I kind of want to be Negan for Halloween. I want to buy like a replica Lucille off of Amazon or something. And I have a leather jacket. I obviously have short black hair. Like, he wears like black pants with like a bandana around his neck and like a black shirt. Like, it's very achievable for me. I just would have to buy the Lucille. And then my boyfriend had the sick idea of wanting to therefore be Glenn if I was going to be Negan, which in my head I feel like I could pull off because I was always into special effects makeup growing up, and my dad was always super into special effects makeup, and I definitely know how I could pull it off. There has been a mixed reaction on the tastefulness of that coupled costume idea. But I will 100% say it was not my idea. I just thought that I would be Negan and he threw in the whole Glenn thing, and I don't know. That could be a little intense. Or I still have my Tiffany costume from last year, aka Bride of Chucky, if I could get Matt to look like Chucky. We also had this idea for Matt to be Post Malone for Halloween because they actually have very similar face anatomy. They have like the same cheeks and the same eyes, and I thought if I could get Matt like a wig that's like a bun and I could draw on all of Post Malone's face tattoos on him, I thought that would be really funny because then he wouldn't have to shave. Because since we've been together, since Matt's grown the beard, he's only ever shaved it like twice in 8 years, and it's traumatizing every time he does it. I cannot talk and put eyeliner on, and I know that you guys are desperate for an eyeliner tutorial, but I can't talk and do both. So BRB, the next time you see me, I will have eyeliner on. Opening up a brand new liquid liner, which I really had been using my last couple eyeliners until until I was like going over the same spot over and over to get an opaque line, because I really was trying to get everything out of those eyeliners, so it's gonna be so nice to have a fresh tube. I definitely think that eyeliner just got a little bit out of control, and what else is new? The good news is when you have ridiculous eyeliner and then you wear glasses, it seriously tones it down. Eyeliner is on, mascara is on, sweat mustache is on, glasses are about to be back on. Cool, perfect. That took way longer than I wanted it to take. Ooh, there was definitely things I wanted to talk about that I had referenced in the beginning of the video that I wanted to talk about. So like I said, finally feeling like it's Halloween, finally doing Halloween things. I have been watching spooky things on the internets on my free time. A lot of like spooky, supposedly true stories. I don't have a bronzer brush. I'm so prepared. I don't even know where I just left off in my story because I grabbed lip colors, I grabbed a brush, I got distracted. I'm watching spooky things, a lot of like spooky true stories. All you guys asked me what spooky YouTube channels I watch. I actually am open for recommendations if you have some. But a lot of what I watch is like Corpse Husband, Let's Read, Lazy Masquerade, like people narrating supposedly true spooky stories. And I've been really into skinwalker stories lately because I don't know what the hell to make of a skinwalker. It seems like the scariest thing on the earth, and I don't know what I would ever do if I saw a fucking skinwalker. So I've been down that rabbit hole lately. But I've also recently, and if you follow me on Instagram, you have been following my saga with this in real time. I just watched and finished all within like a couple days The Haunting of Hill House, which was a TV show that was on Netflix, that was made for Netflix, I believe, based off of, I think, the author is Shirley Jackson, her book, which is like a classic, and I haven't read it personally, but I know Stephen King considers it to be like one of the greatest ghost stories of the 21st century. And a friend at work was telling me that like she had heard that like people were having panic attacks watching this, and that were like they were like throwing up and having like freaking out, and it was like really bad supposedly. And of course I'm like, sign me the fuck up, because I only like my horror to be psychologically damaging. I don't like gore, which I think shocks a lot of people. I don't like the Saw movies, for instance. I don't like Final Destination. Like I don't like movies that are just like shocking and death and gore. If there's gonna be gore, like I really liked, I think it was called Let the Right One In, which is a vampire horror movie. It's actually, I forget who originally made it. I watched the American remake that was on Netflix for a hot second. Really good. That's a gory movie, but like it serves a purpose. I don't like gore for the sake of gore. Like I don't like slasher flicks really either. I like the classic ones, so like Friday the 13th, Halloween, because they're almost a little campy. Anyway, I'm watching The Haunting of Hill House because I had heard it was fucked up. And then I went to Google it, and the first thing that popped up when I Googled it was Stephen King's reaction to it, and he had called it like a masterpiece or something. He thought it was great. And of course, I was like, well, if Stephen King likes it, sign me the fuck up. Definitely did not disappoint me. I really... When I first saw the trailer for it on Netflix, I was like, I don't know why every time I sit down, oh, it's because there's a fuzz trapped in my spider nose ring. That's why my nose itches every time I sit down to film. Anyway, when I first watched the trailer for it, I was like, that looks cheesy, that looks predictable, that looks like jump scares and predictability. I don't want anything to do with it. Side note, I'm going to be highlighting with the Give Me Glow Nyx Glow palette, which is, I've been wanting to show this palette to you guys forever. This is a ridiculously expensive ridiculously expensive highlighter palette. It's 9 full-size Give Me Glow Cosmetics pans of eyeshadow palettes. That sentence was not coherent. You guys know how I feel about Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I regret nothing. This is my favorite highlighter palette I've ever owned in my life. Jumping subjects. I thought it was going to be cheesy and ridiculous and just all of the bad buzzwords for Halloween. It ended up being fucking amazing. I started watching it with my boyfriend, and we always have this like agreement of like, we're only gonna watch this Netflix series together, and I've gotten pretty good at honoring that. It's hard, but I've gotten good at honoring that. There's no way I could have waited for him to watch this show. There's no way. I was so engulfed, and it's one of the shows that like keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's like a long story. And you're getting pieces of the story every time, and it's so good. Oh my god. And then there was one jump scare though. This is not a spoiler. I'm just going to say there was one jump scare in the whole series that really messed me up. Like really, I did not see it coming. But you know when you kind of see a jump scare coming, like the music changes, it pans in on an angle, like you know it's coming. Did not see this one coming, and I screamed out loud, and I think in the history of things that have made me scream out loud, it was one of 3 ever horror movie moments that have made me physically have a reaction, scream out loud. I like grabbed for my boyfriend like, whew. But the story was real good. I did not expect it. There was all these twists and turns. I was really impressed. On my Instagram, I called it like a better American Horror Story murder house. because I kind of have a really love-hate relationship with American Horror Story. The first couple of seasons, especially Murder House and Asylum, I think are so good. They do kind of lose it towards the end, but I think all American Horror Story seasons lose it towards the end, to be fair. And then I kind of dropped off after Freak Show, because I very much loved Twisty, and I feel like they got rid of his character way too quick. And I just don't like where Freak Show went. I just haven't been able to get into a series of American Horror Stories since Freak Show. And I've been told that a couple of the newer ones are better and that's worth giving a shot. And I know they're on Netflix, so maybe I will. I don't know. In my absence on YouTube, I have watched The Witch for the first time. Even before it had gotten on Netflix, my brother-in-law had sent it to me. And there are very few horror movies that I love so much that I want to watch again. Because, like, a lot of horror movies lose their mystique after you've watched them the first time, because then you start to know what you're looking for. You get the twist. I immediately watched The Witch again, and then like 2 more times all in the same week. I thought it was so good. It spoke to like every horror movie aesthetic that I love so much. Clearly I'm into witches, but I have never really liked witches in a horror movie aspect, because I feel like that's not scary. Like, I feel like, yeah, witch aesthetics are cool, Hocus Pocus, hell yeah, like Halloween Town, love all that shit. Like Charmed, all of like the witch movies from the 90s, love that stuff. I'm still putting on highlighter, yes I know. In this lighting I could totally see that this highlighter is too dark for me, but I don't care because it kind of has like a purplish tinge to it. I'll add some white to it though. But yeah, witches is like something I'm genuinely scared of. It was never really a thing, but The Witch is a really good movie, I feel like. And then I know I've brought this up before, but Hereditary, seeing that in theaters really messed me up. I think it was one of the best horror movies I'd ever seen for that reason. I don't know. I've been wanting to watch A Quiet Place again because I also thought that was a great horror movie that I've seen this year. But I don't know if it's going to have the same effect seeing it the second time around. If you haven't seen it already, which it's been out for a while, but watching it in theaters, the best way that I could describe it to people was like the whole movie, that feeling right before a jump scare. The whole movie feels like that. The whole movie feels like you're about to be freaked out in a jump scare. Like you're on edge the whole time. I don't know if you could recreate that, seeing it again. But yeah, Haunted of Hill House, absolutely recommend. There's some freaky imagery in that movie. It definitely gave me weird dreams the day after I started watching it. Definitely made me hesitant to turn the lights off, we shall say. Alright, this is finally wrapping up and just in time for my battery to start feeling it. Gonna throw a lip on, gonna put my hat on, gonna wrap this up. I have more videos to film tonight. Oh my god, I'm like having a reaction to this lip color. It's so fucking pretty. And with that, my look is finally finished and I can move the hell on to other videos that I need to film tonight. I'm losing battery. One last thing I wanted to talk about in this video that I didn't get to, and I'm talking faster because I'm gonna get through this video. I said I wanted to launch my Patreon in October. I still do. I'm still planning on doing that. Like I've explained in past videos, I want to do more spooky, horror related, more personal, kind of like spiritual videos on a Patreon setting, a per video donation, which would help support this YouTube channel obviously and keep that content separate from this YouTube channel. Keep it for only the people who want to participate in it. I have so many ideas. I want to talk about my tarot card collection similarly to the way that I talk about my eyeshadow palette collection on this channel. I want to do it in categories on that channel, or that on my Patreon rather. I want to talk about like spooky paranormal stories that have happened to me, conspiracies, how I feel about like how earlier I brought up skinwalkers, what I think about that. Talking about horror movies, talking about my favorite horror books, talking about just like all of that stuff that I always reference on this channel but don't really devote any videos to. I want like its own safe place for. I definitely want to do that. I don't really know what I want to do first. I thought about sharing my tarot story first, like how I got into tarot reading, what it's done for me. That possibly, a friend of mine also just suggested that I do like a skull tour, because I have so many skulls everywhere throughout my whole living space, talking about like each one, if it's real, if it's fake, where I got it, things like that. I have so many ideas like that. I'm excited to do that. I hope you guys are still excited for that too. But yeah, that's it for this Get Ready With Me. That's all I gotta say. I feel very Ursula with the purple and green. I don't know how I feel about it, but we're rocking it now. If you like Get Ready With Me's, if you like me, if you like makeup, if you like Halloween, if you're excited that I'm finally gonna be back on YouTube, I'm so thankful that I'm gonna be back in a schedule. Oh my god. Please like and subscribe. It means so much to me. Please talk to me down below about what you've been doing this month, how Halloween month has been going for you, what spooky things you've been into lately. I love talking to you guys. Definitely follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And this isn't just like a shameless plug. I guess it is. But I'm seriously, I've referenced it a million times. I'm more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube sometimes. And you see the makeup I'm buying, some more of my personal life, things like me reacting to Haunting of Hill House like in real time, and I respond to messages on Instagram, so definitely chat with me there. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!